So there's this unspoken rule when you move across seas that, any friends you have back who ever want to visit you, they're free to come and stay with you and whatnot. Absolutely happy for that. Usually when you move to a different country, you show them sort of the cool eating spots, the new foreign foods that you found, all this. But New Zealand doesn't so much have the foreign foods that somewhere like parts of Asia might have. What we have is car racing. Really, really good car racing here. So, when Norm and Shereen decided to visit, we said, yeah, not a problem at all. We're going car racing. So they booked their flights. I started looking for races, and Nitnu is coming up. Fantastic race, so cool, we're doing that. Then unfortunately, that got cancelled. But not a problem. Hampton Downs, only an hour's drive away, and they pretty much always have a race day ready. So booked that for Norm and I. We're good to go. Now when Norm arrived here, the car wasn't quite ready in sort of my classic fashion, but Norm's a really handy guy, so I thought, cool, no worries at all. We got a couple days. We'll sort the car out, get some new bushings installed, brake pads, oil, all the works, get it completely ready. Bruce really nicely lent us his shed. So awesome, we got a hoist. It's to be a piece of cake. So yep, get the car there and get everything put up, new brake pads in, do the oil, take it off. Thought, well, bled the brakes as well, and thought, brakes are feeling a little spongy. Alright, well let's bleed them again. Yep, okay, well, still a little bit spongy, but time's getting kind of the end of the day, so let's bring the car home and we'll play around with it. So by this time, late evening has turned into almost midnight before the track day, and we cannot, for the life of us, figure out the brakes. Still squishy. They have some stopping power, just not what they should, so by this point we're thinking, okay, it's gotta be the master cylinder. It's gone. Just died on us. Whatever, that happens. It's old. It's from the 90s. Tomorrow morning, wake up bright and early, run to the Repco, grab a new master cylinder, throw it in, off to the track. So sure enough, we did. Woke up bright and early, new master, threw it in. Cool. Still squishy. Yeah, by this point, we're just scratching our heads and like, look, we got some brakes. We got most of a track day. Let's get to the track and just race. Just have some fun out there. So, get there. It's running a bit late and not a problem. So we threw Norm into the borrowed race suit and out on the track he went. Here he goes, his very first laps ever on a New Zealand track, driving on the wrong side of the car, and he's out there. Nice. Car is doing a track day. Everything looks good except for the fact we did not check if there was fuel in the tank. Sure enough, on the first lap, she runs out of fuel. Car dies. Norm pulls her over, waits for the tow truck. Back in she comes. Sorry about that, Norm. We'll get it next lap. Once Norm came back in, filled up the car with fuel, and away she went. Finished off the rest of the track day really with no hiccups. Not gonna say that it was a flawless day because Daphne's not flawless, but you know what? She did quite well, and I don't know. I had a lot of fun. I hope Norm did too, and I hope he's not regretting taking us up on our offer to come out here. You might also be wondering at this point, well, what happened to the brakes, right? There's nothing, couldn't figure out what was wrong with them. A couple days later, I decided I need to do this, take apart all the brakes and everything, and it was the little tiny spring steel flap on the back of the brake pad was bent over, and it was pushing the pad away from the piston, so it was just all squishy. Nothing to do with bleeding, it was just the way I had put the pads in. So, if that's a lesson for you, watch that little spring steel clip thing on the brake pads when you install them. That's another track day under Daphne's belt, and yeah, she'll be back out. definitely to do more races with better brakes next time. Thanks for watching, guys.